There's been a lot of controversy about police officers lately, and I've brought up some controversy about planning and zoning enforcement people also. We need to bring our society under control because parents aren't allowed to yell at their kids, punish their kids. My God, you can't spank your kids, so kids don't have any respect anymore for anybody. But to say something about the law enforcement agency, would you want to be a police officer confronting people day in and day out? Do you get an adrenaline rush for confronting people? It takes a special breed of people to be like Green Berets, Navy SEALs, police officers, and code enforcement officers. These people are usually the bullies in high school. If we eliminate bullies in high school, where are we going to get the new special forces and police officers to go against the gangbangers? Gangbangers and police come from the same crowd of people, which is only a few percent of humanity. They're the ones that get an adrenaline rush on confronting people, displaying power over people. It's all about power. The police love the power. And that's why they get out of control beating people. Gangbangers shoot people because they love the power. They love beating people too because they love the power. It's the same thing, gangbangers and police. You can put them in the same category, except one is supposed to be upholding the law, the other one's breaking the law for their own profit and adrenaline flow. We need to control police more. And as I said, would you want to be a cop? To have to confront people day in and day out as a job and write them tickets or arrest them or fight with drunks or get between a husband and a wife in a dispute in their house. I mean, it takes a special class of people to be cops. And these are usually some of the nicest, friendliest people you can meet, cops are, as well as gangbangers. But they lie, they cheat, there's fraud. I can prove the cops that got me convicted of a crime perjured themselves in court because when I took their depositions after I sued them, I proved they lied in court. But that doesn't overturn my conviction. They are corrupt as the day is long. And we should control them. We should take away their immunity and start arresting. Now for Michael Brown. He was a gangster out of control. He looked like he was high on something in that store. You just don't walk in and steal and shove the owner and then attack a cop. His hands weren't up. It was proven by a lot of people in the community that testified in front of the grand jury. The one in New York selling cigarettes. Those cops should be in jail for the next 20 years for what they did to that gentleman. Or the one here in Baltimore that was beaten for no reason by that cop until his girlfriend tried to stand in between them. Cops, as I said, is an unusual breed. My uncle was a DC cop. He used to come home and laugh when we were over at his house about all the people he smacked with his billy club back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s as a DC cop to make them show respect, say yes sir, no sir to him, and kiss his ass, no matter what he wanted him to do in DC. When he got older in his 70s and 80s before he died, he said, my God, what did I do to all these people? I abused the hell out of them. Lord, please forgive me. I'm not really that way. It's just the companionship of other cops. The blue wall that keeps us all lying together against people did this to me. It was like playing a football game when you're a cop. You'd love to go out there and win, win, win. Beat up the people. Show them who's boss. But we have to make them accountable when they do. Because most of the time it's unjustified. Sometimes it is. but most of the time it's unjustified, and video cameras for the first time is bringing this to light, what my uncle did in D.C. By new cops that took his place. My other uncle was second in command of the FBI, in charge of breaking up the communist movement in America in the 50s and 60s. They had a whole task force of FBI agents nationwide to go after every card-carrying Communist Party member, to do anything they could to break up the Communist Party, by mainly putting them in jail for tax evasion, or resisting arrest, or assaulting an officer, anything they could to stop the communist movement. As my uncle realized, in a democracy, and with the Bill of Rights saying you have freedom of speech, I don't agree with the communist movement back then and what they were saying, but they should have the right to say it. Just like the Black Panthers should have the right to say what they say, and the KKK and the Nazi movement should have the right to say what they say, even though you fully disagree with it. To keep a democracy strong, we need all the voices to hear and decide which one we believe the most. And the one thing you should believe is cops are the same as gangbangers, but we have the cops to control the gangbangers. We need somebody to control the cops. Thank you.